To see a world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. A very pleasant day to everyone who's watching this video. I thought I'd begin my speech with that beautiful poem by William Blake because it always reminds me as to how amazing the world is with its endless possibilities waiting to be explored and how we can achieve whatever we want by choosing to believe that we can. That being said, let me get to the topic of what does it mean to be a global citizen? I see what you've done here, Education First. You've come up with a striking question that could trigger a lot of healthy debates amongst academicians, politicians, and students across the globe. And I'm so happy that students of my age group are getting to talk about something as crucial as being a global citizen. Without further ado, let me first take you all to this beautiful spot called the Land of Rainbows and Unicorns. Like the name suggests, it's a happy spot where optimistic global citizens reside. It's a place where people believe that everybody is happy, equal, free, diverse, considerate, and connected. But things are not what they seem. If you look closely, you would ask yourself the question, is this really perfect like it seems to be? Not really. When you come out of the hypnotic state of believing that everything is perfect the way it is, you'd realize that you're no longer standing in the land of rainbows and unicorns, but you're actually in a place called the dark alley. The dark alley is a place where people refuse to address global issues simply due to the fact that they're too comfortably ensconced in their own private comfort bubbles. People refuse or ignore global issues just because they don't know what to do about them. These people need to first ask themselves the question, why are people across the world in such despondent situations while I'm just sitting here with just too much to be thankful for? Once they ask themselves that question, they need to start acting. They need to start working towards solving global issues. And also, if you're like me who used to think that what am I going to do as a naive young global citizen towards tackling something as tremendous as a global issue? If you're thinking like that, I want you to remember we live in a world where each and every one of our voices will be heard and respected and will create a lasting impact towards solving global issues. The recent incident that really inspired me was how the people of America chose to protest against the travel bans imposed by their own government in support of people across frontiers. These people acted beyond their borders, broadening their horizons. And that is an excellent example as to how powerful the impact of global citizens can be. That being said, I want each and every one of you to take one small issue, anything of your choice. Pick it up, give it your heart and soul, and do whatever you can to contribute to solving that issue. It could be your money, or it could be something more valuable, like your time. Once you start spreading awareness about the issue, you'll notice that so many global citizens will join you, and before you know it, the issue would be long gone. That is another example as to how powerful the synergies of global citizens can be. I want you to remember this. The greatest things in life have the smallest beginnings. So the next time someone asks you what's the next big thing to do to solve global issues, look them straight in the eye and tell them the next big thing to do is to start small and to start early. Once you realize that, the next time you think that it's okay to waste food or water or any other basic necessity that people around the world are struggling for, you would think right and act right. I'd like to conclude by stating that being a global citizen does not mean that you have multiple passports or visas or learn different cultures, accents, or travel to different countries and stay updated of what's going on in the world. No, it does not mean that. Being a global citizen means that you realize the fact that with the increased rewards of mobility, connectivity, diversity, inclusivity, and equality comes the overwhelming responsibility of taking care of your own backyard first. Accept the fact that when you're a global citizen, the whole world is your backyard. I believe in responsible global citizenship. Do you? Thank you for your time and thanks again for the opportunity. See you soon.